So here we have a Nissan Skyline R32 motor. Not R32, it's an R32 Skyline with an RB26 on it. It's got a broken exhaust stud right down the back. I'll try and keep the orientation of the camera right. So we've got a broken stud in this back hole, which, there we go, you can see that. And this thread here is stripped, so we'll sort that out. And the rest of them aren't looking too bad. We've already done a little bit of prep work. We've got a rag over the turbo oil return. We've got that blocked, and that goes. This one here I don't have to worry about, but we've got the intercooler piping there. So we just finished the setup on it. We'll block. We'll put some paper in the exhaust ports just to control the metal chips, and we'll go from there. So now we're about ready to start work. Come on, focus. There we go. We got paper. I use a soft paper towel for blocking the ports, and we've got my little straight drawer here. I should have room to get that in, and I'm going to use a drill guide. And what I'll do, because it's easier to see here, this drill guide just nicely indexes on the hole. That helps me keep centre. So what I'll do is I'll try and set the camera up in a position where you can get a bit of an idea, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to apologise for this, here we go, because I can't get the camera position that I want without getting in the way of your vision or my work area. I'm not happy with that. Let's see if we can get this a little bit shorter. Okay. Right. There's one there. That's up against there. Now we'll get a mirror. Have a look. We are too low and a little bit too low. Not bad for centre. We're probably a little bit close to this. We're heading back towards this top corner of the port. So that's where most people make their mistake, is they don't use a mirror to work out where they are. That looks pretty good, but it doesn't feel very good, in as much as we might have something broken in there. So now that we've got a start point, and we've run down and away towards the back of the head, so we need to come from where we are. Okay. So this is going to be right in your view, because I'm going to have to come over the top of the motor. To get the angle on the position that I need. We're going to touch this all over town until we get it to where we want it. Come on, be good to me. Okay. Oh. Got a spiky bit sticking me in my stomach. Still a little bit low. And a little bit to the rear of the head. Good. Let me go straight in there, will be good. And the studs disappeared in. Spun its way into the hole somewhere here. Oh, I have my other nozzle. Give this a blow. Okay, I want to go down and towards the back, based on where the stud is at the moment. Yes, it moved. Go straight. If we can go near enough to straight from where it is, we should be okay. Okay. We're not going to go full depth, because that's exactly, if we don't go full depth, then we can't drill through the cylinder head. Alright. We'll stop for the moment. Okay, hopefully you can see what's going on. That stud disappeared down hole. So what we're going to try and do is put some magic juice in there. These normally have the first couple of threads damaged. So I'm going to try and find okay, hopefully that's enough. We'll take the airline and we'll give it a bit of a blow. Now we will take my favourite extractor, which is this one. Favourite extractor for this job, that is. And we shall see if we can get it to start and do its thing. inspection. Now don't worry about it wobbling around. That's, in some ways, a good thing on these. And
hello.
hey, mate.
Are you with me, sir?
No, mate, I don't. Okay. We'll keep giving it a gentle tap. What I've found with these is that if you are slightly off centre, not a lot, just slightly, and if you are slightly at an angle, they actually come out easier. Same with the Patrol ZD30. They're exactly the same. They like being offline just a fraction. And if you're offline just a fraction, they come out like that. If you're right on light centre, that's when you run into trouble. Now we're going to do a thread repair, and you see that spot in the centre, that's where someone else has been before, and they've drilled through the stud and into the head. Fortunately, it appears they didn't hit the water jacket. So I've got to do a thread repair up here on this one, and someone's been in here before and they've drilled into the head, and it appears as though at least they haven't gone through the water jacket. All the others oh, there's not pretty. There's had some sexy fingers in there. That one looks alright. That one looks alright, so we've got just run a tap through those two and we'll see how they look. Typical, I grabbed the wrong socket, I'll be back in a sec. And I'm back with the right socket. And just run a cleaning tap into this one to start with. It's quite normal for these to have had several sets of fingers in here before you get to see them. They get well played with and well mutilated. Oh, that is horrible. Really. trying to feel for where straight is. Yeah, okay. Trying to pick up on the original threads. More interested in where the original threads are than I am as to, I say the existing threads are at this point in time. Because if I have to true it up, I want to know how far I've got to true it. Because that will tell me yucky, very yucky. Now where's the other one? That's not too bad. Thought I saw another one that I wasn't too happy with. We'll just deal with this one at the moment. I prefer to go with the long drill because it gives me more room to set stuff up on. And on a long drill, if you wobble it around, you've actually got more room for error. Okay. I'm feeling across the back here. I'm not looking there. Cool. Actually looks like there might be a bit of broken drill bit in the back of that hole too, but it's at a depth that's not going to worry us. Okay, we're ready to start doing a bit of tapping here. So I'm actually going to start, I'll turn some light on so you can see what's going on. I'm going to start with the pilot nose tap, and this end here is the original M10 by 1.25. So that gives me a bit of a guide. It helps me start true. But I'm still checking with the set square. I'm a little bit high at this end, and so Likewise, we're good. And I'm going to come back a little bit more. Yep. Go down a fraction. And that's good. That's good. So now we go. That's bottomed on the end of the tap, and because it's bottomed on the end of the tap, we've still got another 10 or 12 millimetres to go yet, so take that out. I'll give the hole a blow. We'll have to put some more air in the compressor in a minute. We're now coming back with an ordinary tap, as in an ordinary thread insert tap, that is, an intermediate tap. And we'll run that in. See how much further that's gone. Now that's bottomed. So I'll blow this hole out. Now this here is a bottoming tap that I've actually made because I've cut the end of it off, and it's it'll take it right to the very bottom of the hole. So I've got a fair bit of pressure on these on this one to get it to the bottom of the hole. There we go. Job done. And I'll turn you off while I get some more air in the airline, in the compressor. Okay, I've blown that hole out. We're going to give another shot of the magic juice. And a bit of light so we can see what we're doing. Now what I'm going to do, yep, that starts nice. Now this insert is 1.5 times thread diameter. It's a 1.5, which is perfectly good for this, because I haven't got room to get a longer one in. And there we go. A little below surface. Give him a little bit more. Won't snap him off just yet. There's in the tank. We'll go through that later on. Happy with that. We're pretty much full depth. Yep, we're not going to get any more than that. Going to give it another little bit more of a turn. There we go. And there you go. Okay. It snapped off, it's just dropped into a... There it goes. Probably didn't see it come out, but it did. I just saw this is probably the stud that came out. You can see it's still got thread on it, at least I hope you can, because I can't see the screen while I'm talking to it. This is another stud. Not going to get much nicer than that. Very nice. Now the other one which I was worried about was this one here, which I've just run a cleaning tap through while the camera, I was waiting for the compressor to run it to build air up, and that feels good. And we'll have a look at this one too. Yeah, okay. Brutus has been at work. This one here has also had a stud driven into it so hard that it's trashed the first couple of threads. They just don't need to be that tight. There we go. That's why I like using a tape or an intermediate tap as opposed to a bottoming or a plug tap. I support the tap with my index finger when I'm doing this, because or my thumb when I come about the other way. You probably can't see it in the shot, because what it does is it helps keep it run true. You're not loading the tap in one direction, you're trying to keep it central in the hole. Because one of the mistakes people do is they make the tap run like that when they're tapping holes. And now beautiful. Alrighty, that should be pretty close to done, I think. This yep, that one there's good. Sweet. And so now we're looking at the finished results. We've got That top one there, the stud came out perfectly. This one here, the top one, I've put a thread insert in. Sorry about the lighting, guys and girls. And the rest of these all look perfectly serviceable. There's a difference between a perfect thread and a perfectly serviceable thread, and I reckon these are all perfectly serviceable.